second verse for you hating ass hoes. Hey, everybody.
Hey, y'all.
We look a little different.
We do.
But we back with another episode of Random Convos with the couch from the couch. Sorry.
So
already feeling it. Shout out to the daiquiri spot.
Yeah, guys, we are sipping some daiquiris, and they are very good.
Yeah, hitting
for sure.
Hitting for sure, yes.
So I know we didn't post last week, y'all.
We didn't.
But we're back this week, so nonetheless, and some things have happened a little bit in the culture. A lot happening in music culture, right? Mm-hmm. So, first, just real brief, Tory Lanez got married in jail. And when that came out, I immediately thought he's doing it because he doesn't want to get deported.
Yeah, he probably doesn't. What if he don't even really know too much about this female? Because it don't have to be an actual relationship.
Well, it's the mother of his child.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you should have just led with that.
Oh.
I don't know this nigga's life. I just know when I found out this nigga's name was Daystar, I was like, really? Yeah, so I call him Night Moon.
But he married her, I think, just to try to stay in the country, because if you guys don't know, he is Canadian. And then it came out too. So he had appealed. So he filed an appeal for his conviction. And I guess why they decided on the appeal, he wanted to be bailed out of jail.
Yeah.
So he had a hearing for that.
Yeah. It was this week, right?
Yeah, it happened this week.
Okay.
And that nigga's still in jail. It got denied. Actually, because of this, he actually went to prison. So he was in the county jail.
Yeah, because when you get sentenced, you still have to go through the protocols and everything.
So he's on his way to prison.
Well, one thing I could tell you, he definitely is. He doesn't like the name Megan. I can tell you that.
Oh no, he does not.
I'm pretty sure he probably don't even want to see that movie named Megan. But he said
that was actually a pretty good movie too, by the way. The movie Megan with the scary looking dog.
I know you're talking about. I thought you said he said.
No, I said that.
I was like, damn. He's like, well, I do like Megan's. You know how
Why do you make him sound like that?
Well, he sounded like Megan.
Yeah. So his thing was denied. So that nigga is still in jail.
Yeah.
Other music stuff. Well, new music. Right?
Yeah, new music. That came out this week. Well, go ahead. What you got?
So new music that came out is Diddy released a project.
Yeah. Did you listen to it?
I didn't listen to the entire thing. From what I heard, it sounded good. But it wasn't nothing I wanted to add to my phone.
Well, I thought I added more, but I added 3 songs. I thought, Brought My Love, the intro with him and Dream.
Okay.
Hey, now, you said you didn't finish it. Do you know what kind? Was it halfway or? Only reason I asked is because at one point I started to notice he wasn't on the actual songs, actually putting verses out.
Yeah, I think it was once I got to. I think I stopped at this is so bad. I did like that song called Nasty with Diddy and Jazzy.
Oh, yeah. Jazzy on the album at least 3 times already.
But I think it's when it got to the 16th track or something, I really started checking out. Then I realized he did, like you said, he didn't really rap, or he would maybe rap towards the end of the song.
He'd be on some shit you know how he was on Nipsey's song, the niggas song. He was like, "Let's go."
Oh, I did. I actually the one that starred. I do like the one, Another One of Me. French Montana's verse on there was actually pretty good.
Who else is on that song?
The Weeknd. And I think,
I
think 21 Savage too.
Funny. Okay, I didn't finish that song because I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna sound so fucked up.
I actually liked them all, and I was actually surprised at French Montana's verse. It sounded good. I was like, oh, It made me think about when you said he used to actually rap.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, he really spitting right here.
Well, I had to go back to that song. I think when I saw The Weeknd, maybe I did the combination of the So when I realized this album kind of feels like a DJ Khaled album, you know how like it just has a bunch of people.
When you said a combination, I just think of that.
It's a combination.
Yeah, I just think of Drake.
It's a combination.
But
when I saw French Montana in The Weeknd, which I feel like they done a song before, maybe in the past, but then again, at the time when they did it, it made sense. And I don't look at The Weeknd the same ever since that show.
What, the Super Bowl?
No, the show, the HBO show. Yeah, the show they canceled that shit before it even finished. They was like, yeah, we just gonna end this shit at episode 5.
I think it's because like. I mean, I didn't watch the show, but I think I maybe saw like a little bit with you at one point. Yeah. From what I saw, like, it made you uncomfortable watching it. Yeah. And it was like, and it's like, you would see like them being sexual, and it wasn't like how it would be like watching like porn or something. It was like watching something that you feel like you shouldn't have been seeing. You know what I mean? And not in a good way.
I'm gonna throw this out. If you at one point in your life, at least even if it's a meme, if you can't,
the words he was saying.
Yeah, like, if you come across white people porn when they say cock, that's what I'm like, because here's the thing. I want you to understand this. When this nigga first came out,
he was nothing like that.
He was in his sexy shit. But
it was more R&B.
It was more R&B, but it seemed believable. Like it seemed like remember the Or Not track, like
his verse on that song
was
amazing.
It was amazing. It was nasty in a good nasty.
Very good way.
Where if that Weeknd was doing this show, that show would be on for more seasons.
Yeah, I mean
because he would have got the support from
if he talked like that.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden when he started making I'm a motherfucking star boy, it changed. Like I'm sorry,
I think that's when he gained more white fans too.
Yeah, I mean here's the thing, I understand why he went that route because
have you noticed like a lot of people that maybe did start like The Weeknd and making that type of music, once they got, the big fame or whatever, they started making songs catering to the wider demographic.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sucks because
unfortunately
that's the only way to pop off.
Yeah, because when they see the money coming in, they ain't going back to the hood, Like, think even like Pitbull.
Or even just like we saw recently, we were watching Poor Minds and Big Bank Bet. Remember she had said
Big Boss Bet, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
You're fine. I know what you mean.
Big Boss Bet, she had said on the podcast when her song blew up on Twitter, and it was like a pop song.
The Pretty Girls Walk.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I saw was white women walking to that song.
And she said when that happened, she said that song charted, I guess, or made her more money than any of the songs that she had ever put out previously. And so she was saying, I'm never going back.
Yeah.
She was like, commercial is where it's at.
Yeah, and then on top of that, she got on AEW walking Jay Cargill. So, and then that audience is a predominantly white audience. So at that point, I don't even be mad at y'all. We be thinking like, dang, why they always gotta change? When the money coming in, you gotta understand. Like, do you think that y'all wasn't really giving you didn't have those other songs charted? Snatch Your Soul that didn't chart like that. So I understand that reasoning.
But the thing is too, like even when you do start catering to the white folks, you can still do that and still make money and still maintain your black people audience as well too, to appeal to both sides.
Yeah, but I think sometimes the labels and everybody really getting in your ear talking about this is where you should go and just stay there because of like for instance like Meg, right? Versus like when she Meg's still gonna make
So but for instance though, we know Meg started over like Tina Snow, right? And how she was making those type of songs. Excuse me. And down the music she's putting out now. Do you feel like she's transitioned so far, like, because we know she's in the white people world. Yeah. Right? But do you think with her transitioning over to that side, do you think she's lost some of her black audience?
Well, I think she lost some of her...
Like she's made, like she's making different music now?
No. She's still... Here's the thing.
Or she remained the same?
If you listen to... what's the last one called? The last project? Oh my God, I just forgot the name. Traumatized, yes. She'll give you a Dua Lipa record, but then she'll still give you they call me Miss Nasty, bitch, I'm not nice. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. She'll still give you both. So she's still going to cater. And who knows? It may have just been a case where, because if you think about it, then she just released the album just because she needed to get off, so she probably just had those songs recorded and then they just kind of like, hey, so we don't know. But I'm going to still support Megan because she's still that girl, she's still up there.
I will say, too, I like how Megan and Cardi have done that very well because, like, even how Cardi used to talk back then, she still talked that way. She's just done up more.
Yeah.
And, it's a little more catchy for people to say, you know what I mean, like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like the fact that WAP was as big as it was, two black girls just rapping.
Right.
They had politicians talking about the song. Like, it made it over to the white world.
And look what happened. She
performed it at the Grammys.
She's gonna be on Big Mouth.
Yeah,
we're gonna go ahead and make that announcement if y'all not aware.
Yeah.
A voiceover there. She's in a movie that's gonna be coming out soon.
Yeah, called like Gay something or something. Actually, I kind of want to see it.
I low-key want to see it too, cause she seemed like I would like her character.
Yeah,
I think so. But now she's getting into a different world. Look. If everything stays a good way, I say 5 to 10 years, maybe 5 to 7 to be generous. She'll be performing at the Super Bowl she's a headliner. She can do that. She's on that level. But getting back to it real quick, I thought the Diddy album did sound like a Diddy album. I did like the song "Stay a While" with him and Nyjah.
Okay, so who makes better Diddy projects like that? Him or DJ Khaled? I'm
gonna say Diddy because if you think about it, Diddy also didn't. If you look at the artists he had on this project, it still was like Jazzy. He'll have a Fabulous because he worked with Fabulous before. I know he had some with Sway Lee, Tiana Taylor.
It was shocking to have Diddy Dirty Money.
They did have Diddy Dirty Money.
I know. I said that was shocking.
Oh, and everybody was happy, because they did make. I mean, even though I've never listened to that album front to back. Their singles were good. I'll give them that. But real quick, because I'm just gonna mention it, the Kim Porter song. It was very sad. I
didn't get to it.
Yeah, it's one of those songs that could make you cry.
I'm not gonna lie, and of course it's John Legend.
This is what I'm gonna say, y'all.
If y'all know about John Legend before, y'all
watch
know what I said about
old episodes, yeah. Babyface could have did that song by himself. He started the song, boo, it was beautiful. If they had John Legend, they should just have him play the piano. Because the keys was keying.
So he ruined the song?
I'm not saying he ruined it. He just wasn't needed. Just like how I felt about Lil Wayne on the Uptown record. It should have just been him and Bun B. Because they did. Because literally they had 3 verses. And then he gave us another verse. I mean, when we look at it 10 years later, the niggas just don't even get 4 verses. It's just 2. So, but other music I did like this week. I did like this fan song Offset had. Nas' album came out, y'all.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Offset album might be pretty good.
I'm actually looking forward to it because those 2 singles, the Jealousy record with him, did he come out with another record before Fed? I don't know if he did or not. But he has a different swagger about him.
And I really do love that for him because I'm not gonna lie, we always knew how well they were together as a group, as Migos.
As Migos, yeah.
But I remember even when they were together, and they had, I think, each put out like separate projects. When I would listen to those projects, I was like,
they're stronger together than they are apart.
Exactly.
But it seemed like this is a different energy from him.
Yeah, maybe it's because, I don't want to say like this, maybe now, not saying he's not taking his rapping serious, but maybe he's feeling like he has to because Migos is no more. So now, if he wants to be a rapper, you need to really be serious and actually
Yeah, because if you think about it, sometimes if you're still within a group and you're still doing solo projects, you're just
doing that shit maybe for like fun.
Yeah, just on some other but you're not. And I'm not saying he didn't take it seriously before, but it's just the case where it's a different type of energy because it's not. He doesn't have all 3 members, or not. He could fall back off. Not saying that was his comfort zone. It's just, I think you realize this is on me now.
Yeah.
But when he's motivated, he can do it. So
and then also too, like with the help of Cardi, I'm sure she has connections and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
To where like if he has like a vision or whatever, and she doesn't seem like a type of woman either who would be like stingy with her money either.
Right.
So like if he needed help, like babe, I really want to do this, but it's not really my budget. I feel like she'd be like, okay, baby, I got you. Like, and so he has Cardi, like, and you know she got that big powerhouse behind her.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be successful. She's gonna do all that she can to like support her man.
Right. So I think it's gonna do wonders. And everything.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, Nas' album, Magic 3, last one with him and Hit Boy.
Was it good?
I did like it. But I do think now when I listen to their project, they don't really miss. So it wasn't like, oh my God. I would say
do they all sound the same, or is like every project a different sound?
I will say, okay, collectively on the King's Disease and the Magic side, they do sound different. I will give them that. But I think Magic 2, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't. It was. You know what? I can understand that project now because I'm like, oh, you gave us another one. So I'm like, maybe you just was like, here you go, then we'll do another one type of thing. And they dropped it on Nas's 50th birthday. Happy birthday, Nas. I did like it better than Magic 2.
I am okay. Pause. Okay. How old is Nas?
He's 50. He just turned 50.
And when did he start rapping?
He was like 17.
I'm not gonna lie. It amazes me because you know Jay-Z doesn't rap anymore. He's not consistently putting out projects.
Yeah.
But Nas is, and it truly amazes me. Like at this age, what more do you have to talk about?
Well, but he's like not talking about the exact same thing. But
I mean, I know, but it's like the fact that you're still able to create and like, you know what I mean, and like make all these rhymes and like make all these songs. You know, because I'd be like, damn. Have you said all that you needed to say? Like, no, I mean, like, I wonder how do you not repeat yourself?
But you know what? Here's the thing. And I say this for black people, we don't cherish the rappers as much as we do. Once they get to a certain age, we throw them away. Bun B says something, and I didn't think about this, and he's 100% correct. He said that Houston cherish their older rappers because think about this, and I mentioned this to you maybe in just the conversation here at the house. When they had the 50th hip hop celebration, right? They had it. If you go to the YouTube video, y'all, it's 8 hours long. But the people who really started, were like in the beginning of the show. And you look and you see a couple of people sitting down or whatever. But then towards the end, once the more of a younger or more of the later people, like, you know, like a Fat Joe and all those people, you saw in Nas, of course, you see people there, of course.
Get more excited.
Yeah, get more excited. But he said, but Houston, like, think about this. They still talk about, like, UGK, Ghetto Boys with Scarface in them, and all those other ones. And people will still support them as much and still go to their shows like they're a new artist still. Whereas those older rappers from New York and all these other places, once they get to a certain age, only the people who is listening to them follow them. They don't have the younger OGs and all that type of stuff. And then I thought about this. When we see like Rolling Stones and the Eagles and all these different groups, these legendary groups, they can go on a tour, they 75th year doing music, and people would still sell out. They would still sell out like Madison Square Garden. But those older artists don't do that. They can't sell out because like it's a different time zone. And I'm thinking, you know, I really wish we would cherish the older people who still doing music and still be out there, and the labels would take care of them and all that type of stuff. Because, you know, here's the thing. There's music for every type of crowd, every age group and everything, and we don't cherish that. But with Nas, like, it's just the fact that he's...
true, because I think about it because, like, even, like, my mom, like, I think about... people in her age group, right? They ain't still making music.
Yeah, like if they go on tour, they didn't take care of their money that well or something like that.
So the music she listens to is like the music that we listen to. Like she's kind of forced to that, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing, and we
because they're not producing.
We didn't give them that same respect than how they was viewing those people and stuff like that. Because those the Ghostface Killer and the Wu-Tang and all the people, they still can get played. They just but people look at it like as like, oh y'all old, and I'm like, damn, you know, why do we put an age limit on rap, whereas singers, no matter what genre,
they still be making music.
Exactly. I would want to, even though she's not going on tour no more, or she is on tour, and I'm not trying to get into the logistics of everything, but Anita Baker, I would want to go to that tour if it was a possibility, that type of thing, because she's still a legend. But we don't cherish our legends the way the other genres do that, and it's sad.
Yeah, because those old rock bands be going on tour.
They still be going on tour,
and them shits be
and we're not talking Riverwind Casino. We're talking arenas, stadiums, and they still sell them bitches out.
Yeah,
I wish we could do that, but we don't. Yeah. You know, we really put an age limit. We made it weird that anybody after the age of 30 rapping is weird. No, it's, you know. So I'm not looking. The only thing I would say for Nas, we can move on to another topic after this. But the only thing I'm gonna say for Nas is that Nas, for years, people had the narrative that he's not a good beat picker. Mm-hmm. So him getting with Hit Boy was the best thing in his career. My nigga waited until 2020 to get a Grammy, and he's been in the game since the early 90s. His first like rhyme to everyone was in 1991. So just want y'all to know about that.
Did you listen to Vic Mensa?
He had a project?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't. I feel bad because I kind of like, I'm not on that Vic Mensa wave. Not anything against him. I just wasn't like, oh my God, I need, you know. Yeah.
Oh, and then lastly, Drake and SZA put out a song.
Oh yeah, they did.
Called "Slime You Out."
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a good record. Halle Berry is upset with the.
She is.
So if you wonder why the artwork that Drake put on his Instagram is not the artwork for the single, it's because he didn't even talk to Halle. And I'm thinking, dude.
Yeah, but you know what I thought about? It made me think. I feel like maybe the reason she was upset is because of the fact that it came out. That she now has to pay her ex like either I think $25,000.
Oh, I didn't. Maybe I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, it came out a few weeks ago that she has to pay her ex-husband like I think either $25,000 or either $8,000 a month in like spousal support.
That's crazy.
Or child support.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. So she might be like, I could have got money off of that.
Yeah. Well, since was that because I know you said something about Diddy earlier. We're gonna talk. Actually, let's just get into the war shows.
Oh,
yeah.
So, so guys, VMAs happened.
Yeah.
That was, quote unquote, hosted by Nicki Minaj. And
she did more of a performing than she did for hosting.
Host is
throughout the whole show.
Is being very generous. Okay? I'm calling her that, y'all. She looked beautiful, right? She came out in a like baby pink
she
dress.
Looked good.
With like it was like a pink veil. Mm-hmm. Very pretty. Right? Came out there, was like MTV was nervous about me hosting the show. They thought I was gonna say some stuff. But I was like, I can keep it professional. And already I'm just like, okay, here she go. You too old to, like, be in this petty, girl. Like, because, we know who she was taking shots at, right? Because two of them were there. Yeah. Right? If you don't know, Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion.
And they got their performance on.
Right. So, and Nicki said couple words and then she introduces NSYNC, right?
Yeah. Which, hold on, I gotta get this out the way. So NSYNC has not been around each other like to this capacity in years.
Is there a reason for that? Like that they have
I don't know their beef. I'm sure. But once we realized one day Justin went on his own and everybody else. But it was as weird as this about the sound. It was needed.
I want to go back to that time. I think I am.
The boy bands?
Yeah, I want to listen to Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
Yeah. Like, oh, you mean like you wish that would still come, like that still was happening today?
No, like I'm going to go back and
listen to their music. I see what you mean, yeah.
And by the way, it kind of sucks. We don't have any boy bands.
Well, it's not the top. Here's the thing. I don't think it's needed anymore. I think it was literally the time. If you think about it, because
do we really have girl bands?
No,
really?
I don't think we need. I don't think we need groups to begin right now because I don't want to hear what they're going to talk about. Like,
so this is the era of. So this is the era of. Well, no, we had the Migos, but.
Well, yeah, okay. Well,
but they weren't a boy band.
But yeah, but I know what you're meaning like singing and doing
like
moves
pops and stuff like
and
that.
all that. We're not going to get
so we're in the era of single artists.
Yeah, that's the reason why we don't really you don't see 160 Park and TRL. It's not needed. You know, and like I said, even with the subject matters.
Well, no, I guess
because you don't have men other than like the Tone Stiff song. You don't have men talk about begging for women no more.
That's true.
You don't have these type of because the thing is I don't want to hear because it's the thing when we hear groups, I'm gonna hear nothing but Glocks with the switches and
Who's that?
Oh no, it's not a person. I'm talking about.
Cody,
okay. I'm sorry.
You mean what they talk about in their songs?
Yeah, like the Dracos and what was I about to say? Damn, lost my train of thought. It was about to go with it too.
I'm sorry.
The ski mask and like I don't want to hear because y'all not going to talk about the things that what the other men were talking about, and I'm not even going to talk about the boy bands in the 2000s. What about back in the day when there was them groups? You know, they used to. You know that type of thing and the spins and all that.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna get that. So here's the thing: I don't think you want that. I think you like the idea of it. That's what you like. I think so.
I miss it.
I know you. Yeah, because it was. I mean, but we were kids when this all happened.
I mean, they had Day 26, but they didn't last.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Groups like that don't last unless if.
And I like Day 26.
Yeah.
All because of Diddy. Speaking of Diddy.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Well, actually. Hold on, first of all.
Yeah.
VMAs.
Yeah.
Which we're on.
Get your shit off.
Oh, yeah, so she introduced NSYNC.
Yeah.
NSYNC presented an award, Taylor Swift won. Yada, yada, yada. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion performed. And it was amazing.
Oh, we still
right?
On.
So... They did the bongo song, guys. It was really good. They both wore blue. Megan looked amazing, y'all. And she was just really out there just popping her shit. I fucking loved it. Offset was in the crowd looking like a proud husband for his wife. He was super happy. So that was good. I noticed, though, things I couldn't stand. The cameraman kept panning to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she was going to be...
Clearly, she was the biggest celebrity.
She said, they're going to have the camera on her all night. And they did exactly just that.
Yeah, it was on her and then Ice Spice. Clearly, those were the two biggest celebrities in that building because that's who the camera was on.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. I hated the audio. You could hear, like, the fans in the background.
Woo! Even to the point where Mary J. Blige was like, y'all chill. I'm trying to get through this. Really don't want to be here.
Y'all. Nicki never came out.
After
and hosted.
Yeah, hosted. Like...
She performed a song.
Yeah.
Which she performed a new song.
That popular pop song.
Yeah, Last Time I Saw You. Mm-hmm. And she performed this other song. I think it's called Differences or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And it sounded like a cool song. What you think?
Well, I don't know if I want to say it.
You'll say it.
I'm hoping the album is good. That's my theory on it because I think
you're not impressed by either songs.
Well, I mean the pop song. I think if I listen to it long enough, or if we go to spaces like how they have those type of songs in the background, it can be kind of catchy. Mm-hmm. Like like back when when we worked at spots where they had it on the overhead and shit like that. Mm-hmm. It may be cool. The second one, I think what it is that I like the beat, but Nicki's in a level where she don't have to make this type of music no more. I don't care for the
what type of music that you think she should be making?
Okay, and funny enough, we talked about for Nas, like you say he's 50. What can he still talk about? With Nicki's already. It's like she's regardless what anybody feels about her. When we talking about female hip hop and we're talking to a mainstream level, she is number one.
Right.
She knows she's number one. You don't have to prove that you're number one. We know you number one, mama. Give us the bars, but don't feel like you gotta go at nobody, even if it's supposed to be a diss record or not. Even if you're not talking about someone specifically, you ain't gotta go to like all that. Like you can make good fucking music. She can and I wouldn't maybe listen to it all the way like this. You know the pop record I just talked about. She can make a whole album doing that whole thing. You know, and I'm sure people gonna support her regardless. So my whole thing is that I don't want to feel like, oh, the attention's not on me, so we're not, that type of thing. Like, do your thing. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. You have the crown if there is one.
But I think when, like, when Nicki raps like that, maybe she's, like, doing it, showing these girls that she can still rap, like, basically what every rapper does. Right? That's kind of what Jay-Z does, right? When he hops on a record, right? He doesn't make any more albums. So when he hops on the verse, right, what is he doing? He's showing these niggas like, yeah, nigga, I'm in my 50s and I can still do this.
I think that's the way how people are listening to it. I don't think that he's doing it. He just it's so effortlessly. That's what I see about it. And she can be on that same level. But the whole thing is, here's the thing. Now, I'm saying this as the project hasn't came out yet. So if that's the only type of record that she has like that, I'm not even gonna be mad at it. If you just had to get one of them off, I'll kind of bring it back a little bit. It's
but
just
Nicki's
like how
always made records like that.
She had exactly. And my thing is, I think
so if she has, then so why do you feel like she's gonna change? That's the music she's always made.
No. She can give you different.
She's always switched it up.
Yeah, she does. She's versatile. I'm just saying, like, I'm not like, oh, okay.
But on every project, though, she kind of gives you, like, a little bit of something of that on every project.
Yeah, I feel, and like I said, that could be the only one. That song may be the only one like it. And if that's the case, I'm cool with it. I'm just saying, I don't want the whole album to be like, hey, I still got it. Of course you got it. Because the thing is, I feel like when I was going to talk about it, I feel like it's going to be contradicting, and I don't like to give too much opinions when it comes to her without giving her props, because I'll give her props for what it is. I just don't want to feel like I'm just like, okay. Because at first I wasn't moved, but I'm like, all right, cool, but hopefully Pink Friday does his numbers. I like Pink. If she gave us a Pink Print 2, that one, if that was, maybe that's what it is. Maybe if she said this is Pink Print 2 and she had that same record, maybe I feel a little different. But who knows?
Because I love the Pink Print.
Yeah. Oh, the Pink Print. Yes. Yeah. I did like that one. From her and stuff.
I feel like that. To me, that was my favorite album of hers.
Yeah. But let's get into let's go back to Diddy.
Yes. It came out, guys, that Diddy had released the publishing to all of his bad boy artists. Now, a lot of the publishing, those artists were from like the 90s. Because as we know, it's got
mainly the label, yeah.
Yeah, because it's mainly for bad boy towards the early 2000s. It was less and less, I mean, it was some people, but it wasn't the names that people will really, recognize.
A newer crowd probably wouldn't recognize, but a lot of the people that's even maybe older than me would know who these people are because they listen to their music.
Yeah, so like a big one would have been like, like Mace, stuff like that. So, so when that came out, I was like, oh man, that's huge, right? So, and I know some people probably wondering like, why would he do that? What made him have a change of heart? And then Cody had told me a story.
Yeah, Aubrey O'Day of Danny Kane. Did that say her name? Is it Aubrey O'Day or Audrey? I don't know. I just.
Ooh, damn. Aubrey?
We'll go with Aubrey. She looks more of an Aubrey than an Audrey. If I got it wrong, my apologies. I don't know her that well. I know of her.
Which, by the way, I loved Danny Kane.
You just love making the band. That was a good show. Hey, that got me through high school. Okay. It did.
But do you go first? Love Danny Kane. Okay.
But yeah, so she recently was on a podcast or an interview of some sort, and she had mentioned that basically
Hold on. By the way, so okay, never mind. I'll tell you my thought once you finish.
Oh, okay. She had mentioned that everybody did get their publishing back, or publishing maybe just in general. A lot of them may never been in a position like that before. However, the only way they can get it when they go on these interviews and all these, or on their Instagrams or whatever the situation is possible, they can't say anything bad about Diddy or Bad Boy Records because they signed an NDA. Basically, like, we'll give you this, but the only way you can get this, you got to go through this.
So, okay. So what I was gonna say was, her saying this, I'm assuming she didn't sign this. She didn't get her publishing. Because I'm assuming she couldn't be able to say this.
Yeah.
If she got her publishing.
Oh, to even give us an announcement.
Yeah.
Well, maybe no. I mean, even though,
because I feel like if you signed an NDA, I don't think you can say what the NDA is.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a gray area. Maybe it's like, I can't tell you I can't say.
She just told you.
Well, yeah, but you can't. But maybe because you can't go, because basically I'm explaining why. Like, who knows? I didn't.
But I don't think you can say that. So that's why I'm assuming she didn't get hers. But if she is saying, if what she's saying is true, that is really fucked up.
Because we thought you had a win. It was like, finally.
No, but it's like the fact that but the fact that it's stipulations,
right? Like,
we can't say anything.
Because like, you're saying like, this wasn't genuine at all.
Yes.
Like,
because it's like who the fuck are you, bro? Like, for real? We can't say nothing about you.
Anything bad about you? Yes. Like, just say good things. Diddy's great. You know, he's a black man, black
Cody,
father.
When you had told me, like, I think when it was released, when you had said like he was getting Biggie's publishing, I'm like, and this nigga always want to celebrate Diddy and like always want to celebrate Biggie and shit like that, and put on this whole spectacle about losing him, but you've been collecting his checks.
Yeah, because at first, because I think you didn't believe me at first about the Biggie situation, and I was like, yeah.
I mean, well, because like
his estate.
Because we had always heard about like Diddy and shit when it came to him with his label and other artists, but we had never heard like anything, like regarding like Biggie's estate, and of course you would assume that it would went to his mom, or his kids or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But to hear that money was still going to Diddy into Diddy's pocket, and he's still profiting off this nigga, and it makes you think, is that the whole reason you create this big spectacle to then generate sales and shit?
Yeah, that's what I think was going on. And then on top of that, you got to understand the Bad Boy reunion albums.
Okay, so question. I don't know if you remember, because obviously I don't. Mm-hmm. When they had the Bad Boy reunion tour, those people that he released those publishing to, were they on that tour?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, Kim was there. Everybody,
so
remember Danny D. Kane.
Money and not really even probably making money.
Yeah, they probably was making enough for the tour, but not necessarily for the, publishing and shit.
That's fucked. Bro, that is so fucked up. And he want to call himself Love. Really?
Yeah. I think he felt, I think the way he got that way made the Love things, because when he lost Kim Porter.
I know. I don't see.
Yeah, I think that's why he went that route and everything. But at the same time, I look at it like this. Danny Kane and Day 26, they went on that tour. Craig Mack, he didn't, at the time when he was living, he didn't even want to go on the tour, because it's just like, because he's a different. No. He was like, I think I forgot his religion, but he was in a different space than he was when he was rapping. So I think he didn't want to even to perform those songs, whatever. But yeah, it's a different game and stuff like that. So I guess since we put this out, we're not gonna get that revolt contract. But
that's perfectly fine with me.
Yeah. What else you have in store?
Again,
this can be the last thing since we about to hit 40.
Okay, So this is I wanted to talk about some R&B men.
Oh yeah. Talk about them dudes.
And this stemmed from because it was regarding like Marvin Gaye, and then I also heard a story about Prince.
Oh, actually, I didn't look anything up. Go ahead and let me know what it is so I can be shocked.
Okay.
It's your turn.
So, yeah, so this one, let me see if I can find the one originally about Marvin Gaye. Okay. So, this stemmed from a thing on Twitter, and then someone had posted an article. So this is from the girl Jiggy J.
Okay, yeah.
So she had tweeted this. She said, "I will never get over Marvin Gaye impregnating his 15-year-old teenage niece." She said by marriage, and then spinning it, and then she acted as a surrogate when it all came out. A fucking 15-year-old. That's some bullshit if I ever heard of it. I hear a song, I get mad. And so I was like, what? Impregnating his 15-year-old niece by marriage? So someone had posted this article, right? Mm-hmm. So it says the dark side of Marvin Gaye's first marriage involved his wife's 15-year-old niece. Okay. So,
this is something so crazy. I know this dude that Nas was basically like, well, she's my niece by marriage.
So, okay, so basically just to kind of give you a summary, because I remember I did read it. Uh-huh. So, Marvin Gaye basically started, because he was signed to Motown.
Yeah.
And while he was signed to Motown, he got involved with like the co-founder of the label.
Not Barry Gordy, right?
Her name was Anna Records.
Okay, my bad.
Anna Records. And so she was the co-founder of the label. Mm-hmm. So he started dating her, but the thing was though, she was like in her 50s, and he was young, right? Mm-hmm. And they wanted to have kids. So she was like, well, you can basically have sex with my niece.
Okay.
And that, like, they got pregnant, and then they ended up saying, like, the niece was a surrogate. It was some real fucked up shit.
So it wasn't like he did this on his own. It basically was like, here you go. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
So here's the story. Okay, so it says Gordy, which was her name, the co-founder. Uh-huh. Gordy was 17 years older than Gaye. By the time they got married, she was in her 40s. Unable to have children. Mm-hmm. Eager to start a family, the duo found a troubling solution to their dilemma. The story, it says Marvin and Gordy claim that their son, born in November of 1965, was their biological child, but that was not the case. Mm-hmm. Marvin's real mother is Denise Gordy and his 15-year-old niece. The couple subsequently adopted the kid as theirs. My aunt was unable to have children, and I had one for her. It was as simple as that, she later explained. It was never confirmed that Marvin was the father, but it was never denied either.
Okay. A lot to unpack. Mm-hmm. And I don't even want to unpack it. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That's freaking nuts.
And then I saw they were talking about, Prince with his wife, his first wife.
Right.
That lady.
I was just calm and I didn't feel nervous.
Like he married her or something, or had sex with her when she was like 15 or some shit. It was some real creepy shit. You know, Rick James kidnapped a lady?
Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that. As fucked up as that sounds, I can believe that.
Yes. He, like, tortured and kidnapped a lady.
That's crazy. I gotta run it back. I don't know what I said about these old people earlier, but basically, maybe I should. Maybe y'all were right. Maybe,
oh my god!
Maybe
we definitely were just talking about you. You were talking about some fucking legends.
You know what? You know
See,
what? Maybe y'all didn't want the rappers to get. You know what? I'm gonna stay out of those old conversations because we're gonna catch this. Can you believe that shit? Is there anything else? Because I don't know. It's a lot to unpack. Is there anything else? Because I don't know.
I do. So this is actually a can you believe this shit?
Okay.
And this is very unfortunate that this happened. So, a Chicago news crew robbed at gunpoint while reporting on a string of robberies.
Wait. Sorry, I'm back.
Do you need me to report?
No. I heard what you said,
okay.
But so
a Chicago television news crew reporting on a string of robberies ended up robbed themselves after they were accosted at gunpoint by 3 armed men wearing ski masks. So, Spanish language station Univision Chicago said a reporter and photographer were filming before 5 a.m. Monday in Chicago's West Town neighborhood when 3 masked men banished firearms, robbed them, taking their camera and other items. It says they were approached with guns and robbed. Mainly it was personal items, and they took a camera. Luis Gonzalez.
Hold on, not the camera that they're filming it, right?
Yes. Vice President of the news at Union Chicago told the Chicago Tribune. Gonzalez said the news crew was filming a story about robberies in the West Town community that was slated to run on the morning news. He said the footage was stolen in the stolen camera, and the story was never made to air. Chicago police identified the victims as 28-year-old and a 42-year-old man. Police said the pair was outside when 3 men drove up in a gray sedan and black SUV. After the armed robbers took items from the crew, they fled in their vehicles. No injuries were reported, and no one was in custody. Yeah. They said that they're okay and we're working together on it, on it as a team. But they didn't disclose the names of the reporters.
How they just let that happen?
Can you imagine?
You know, if you ever hear those, like, you know, that's why they don't go to the hood type of thing. Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? I would quit.
Yeah, I hope they didn't sign contracts. I hope it's like one of those hiring processes, like, oh, you here for a year? Well, I'm gonna be, I'll be the janitor or something.
Maybe I won't quit, but it's like,
but when that contract up, I'm out. I ain't doing this no more.
Or maybe it's like I can't report on that. You know?
Yeah. I don't know what to say because how you let that happen?
I mean, what do you mean? How do you let it happen? What can you do?
That's true.
What can you do to prevent yourself from getting robbed? You can't. I ain't never heard of a news people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, that's so fucked up, bro.
You know, that sounds like some shit that you would see like in a sitcom. Like, one of the characters happens to be a news reporter, and then they coming home and they like, where's your camera and microphone and all that? They're like, oh, they stole it from me.
Yeah.
That's some shit you see in like in them 90s sitcom shits. My Wife and Kids or something like that.
It was early. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. That's how them niggas ain't got jobs. This
couldn't have been at 3 in the afternoon.
No, this was 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, well I'm changing shifts. That's it. Get me on the prime time. I can't do this early morning stuff. You know what? If they ever get back to making another Anchorman, I got a story for y'all. Boom, there you go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right. Well, yeah, y'all. So, hope you guys enjoyed the episode and seeing the new look and everything like that.
Yes.
And everything. But until next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.